Salute. How y'all doing? My name is DerrickCWilliams. Salute. How y'all doing? My name is DerrickCWilliams. When we first went out together, we barely knew each other. We had no intentions on becoming lovers, but in no time at all, you became my girl. Me and you one-on-one against the world. Talking on the telephone for hours at a time, or else I was at your house or you was at mine. But then came the arguments and all kinds of problems. Besides making love, we had nothing in common. It should have lasted longer because it started out strong, but I guess we went about the whole thing wrong. Because out of nowhere, it just came to an end because we became lovers before we were friends. The title of this presentation will be called Lovers and Friends. And I'm just one man. In the comment section on YouTube, a scenario was ran by me a few days ago. Hey boy, do you think you can have sex with your friend and everything be the same? And I said absolutely not. And I say that for this reason. First off, you don't sleep with all your friends now, do you? Of course you don't. It'll be a free-for-all orgy up in this piece if we did. However, it's something carnal, it's something sacred when I give you my body and you give me yours and we become one, two become one. At that point, that platonic thing that you had before you entered that place ain't the same no more. You will never be able to salvage that again. Now, does this mean you are mortal enemies? Of course not. Does this mean you're going to be the best of friends forever? Possibly, but maybe not. All I know is that what was platonic is now become sexual. And in fact, depending on how well they do it, you may want more and more and more. And many times people roll the dice to be with these people. You already have an affinity for these people because by the definition of the word friend, you already like them. But now you add sex in there, and then you couple that with damn good toe curling sex. You feel me? And so for this reason, in my opinion, this is a very subjective video. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below. But in my humble opinion, it is hard for you to put the genie back in the bottle. You feel me? And so I think one of my Mommaz sister, Real Mama's Real Problems, by the time this video is put up on YouTube, hopefully she will have done a live presentation and she's going to talk about it. I will be putting a link for Real Mama's Real Problems in the description box below. And all I know is that, again, we downtown Philadelphia too, real quick. Yeah, you can't lay with no girl. And the girl can't lay with no guy. And y'all just was friends. And now all of a sudden y'all turn lovers and then y'all right back to friends like it's nothing. Yes, you still can do for them in times of need. Take them, you know, their car break down, stuff like that. You ask for $25, you know, you give them $25 and they give you $25 back, you know, no dribs and drabs, you know, not $12 here, not $10 there until you get to the 25 and all this type of stuff. No, you are a friend. And so perhaps you all can educate me on what a friend is really, because there is a phrase that they got called friends with benefits, right? So that means the friend with benefits, they will be able to do things that your average platonic friend can't do. Like, you know, perhaps get on top of you, or perhaps go down on you, or, you know, things like that, or them sucking on you, you sucking on them. Friends typically don't do that to my understanding. Now, again, I'm 53 years old. Maybe the definition of friends has changed in the, you know, in the first half of the 21st century. You know, so you have to forgive me for my ignorance. But I'm going to let Dr. Bombay put his little take on it. Hopefully, he's playing my theme music underneath this here. You feel me? All good content creators need a theme song, and my theme song will be provided by them one called Ohemaa Sofyaah. She can sing her ass off, and she cute, and she's on her weight loss journey. But damn the weight loss journey, that girl still look good, and that girl can sing her ass off. We'll get to the weight later on. But in my humble opinion, as we walk, we downtown Center City. Derrick ain't never hard to find. You see Mom's Organic Market right behind me. Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, you will never be able to put the genie back in the bottle once you lay down with that girl, and once that girl get on top of you. Now, of course, like I said, you can care for them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're going to always have an affinity because by definition, they're your friend. But something sensual will happen. And that moment of passion changes the game. It changes the rules to a certain extent. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to say about it. Again, this is a very subjective video. And, feel free to put your comments down in the comment section. I checked my analytics, and about 54.7% of the people who have subscribed to me on YouTube are female. Now, I don't know why that is, because I ain't no pretty boy. I'm not no alpha guy. I ain't with none of that. I'm just a man, and I stand for what I believe is right. That's it. So I don't know what it is, but based off my YouTube analytics, almost 55% of the people who are subscribed to DerrickCWilliams is female. I'm not no heartthrob. I ain't no none of that. Like I said, I'm just one man in the comment section. That's it. So again, feel free to put your comments down in the comment section. And also, I want to give an extra special shout out to Dr. Bombay. Hopefully, he's playing my theme song underneath this video as we speak. All y'all take care. Greenville, Mississippi till I die. And now, hopefully, Dr. Bombay will give his take on when friends become lovers. Salute.
Thanks for that, Derrick. Anyway, so the question was asked, can friends be lovers and remain friends? Man, we've been bouncing this question around for a minute. Anybody who's watching this presentation who have never had a friends with benefits, raise your hand. I'll wait. Can this type of relationship work? Well, yes and no. Yes, because if the two people are mature, have no prior emotional baggage, are totally free of ego, and clear of all drama and conflict, well, it just might work. That's a very slim might, though. Besides, how many people fit all of that criteria? Do you measure up to all of those characteristics? See, the problem arises when we as humans decide to engage in the physical coupling we often associate it with just the physical side of things. Two people getting together, creating a lot of friction, simply approach a climax. You know what that's called. Sounds good, but behind the scenes, there's a lot more going on, though. There's a bond that forms on an ethereal level. Yeah, there's an entire spiritual side to all of this. So there you are, bumping uglies, and at the same time, your ego is trying to find creative ways to keep that person all to yourself without the commitment. Men and women, you know what I'm talking about. It's so good. You sitting there, you calculating the dude is like thinking, oh man, now what kind of, setup can I initiate where I can keep her for me and then, I don't have to share that. Same thing with the girls. All of a sudden, that was your friend, so you start calculating, well, he is a good man, he's a good dude, he's open to me, he shares all his thoughts and ideas, so it could just work. And if it is good, the physical act, then of course, that seals the deal. So you think. What you don't realize is, behind the scenes, the two souls, they began to engage in the union that has taken the two partners to a place that you've never experienced before. Sex. Synergistic energy exchange. Well, we talked about the yes, but what about that no? all the reasons why this is not a good idea and how things can become complicated and dramatic in an instant. For whatever reason we decided to engage in the hookup, no one ever really takes the time to calculate all the things that could go wrong. That one night of wine, Netflix, and sharing of past pain springboards both of you into the next zone. Here we are the next morning, trying to figure out some way to have that talk. You know, that thing we discussed. What happens now? Sitting there while Shirley Murdoch As We Lay is playing in the background. Or maybe you don't have that talk at all, and you just enjoy the fact that you both now have a newfound hobby. Sounds good, but what could possibly go wrong, right? So, you hook up with your friends with benefit, seems to give you what you need, a friend, and freedom to go about life doing whatever you want to do. It seems perfect, right? Well, doesn't it? Well, for a while, things might seem, okay with your new convenience. But what happens when you become too complacent? Instead of pursuing more meaningful relationships, you opt for the company of your FWB. So meanwhile, your potential soulmate probably has passed you on the street, come and gone, with no attention from you. Yeah, that thing. You know, when two people come together, sometimes little people show up. You know, the babies. So once the kid gets here, are you ready for a lifetime commitment? Is she ready? Is he ready? What happens when one of you catches feelings and they are deeper than the ones that the other one possesses? See, at this point, you ventured into the undiscovered country, and now you're stuck with the permanent imbalance of the emotional state. What are you going to do now? Can you just walk away or let go? Speaking of letting go, once this party is over, how do you go back to just being friends? If that's what you decide to do, especially once you've moved on to other relationships, you can't just simply turn off the leftover emotion. Emotions, if left unattended, will invariably turn in on you. It's not so easy to undo all the events that's taken place. What happens when you meet somebody else? So here you are in a new relationship. At the first sign of trouble, you think, I gotta fall back to the rally point. You call your buddy, that one that you used to confide in back in the day before y'all decided to get in the sheets. So now you having a discussion, So then what takes place? They listen, they got an open ear, you go there, you stop by, boom, right back in the sack. Ron Isley, background, red wine, black love, incense sticks. Anyway, so now you've begun something else. You're on a cycle of you can't ground yourself in relationships because every time the slightest thing or challenge comes up, you find yourself going back to where you're comfortable at or resorting on that, as a fail-safe. Hopefully, you can resist the temptation and not have just that in case of emergency break glass hookup to offer you their services. Having this level of availability will cause, you to continue relying on the hookup as a crutch. And like I said before, never totally committing to your new partner. While we may be able to cross the lines and extend our friendships into other zones, 9 times out of 10, it will end in an excessive amount of drama and confusion. Simply put, we are not designed that way. We do better in serious committed relationships without our friends, or should I say, not being in that with our friends. Man, woman, birth, infinity. And with that, I leave you with words of peace and tranquility. Namaste.